Alachua County is gearing up for the 2010 census. Recently, county officials, civic leaders, and citizens came together for the county's Census 2010 Complete Count Committee kickoff meeting held at the Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Gainesville. The goal is to create an outreach plan to make sure that come Census Day, April 1st, 2010, everyone is counted.
It really does count for a lot. That's why it's important that we count a lot, as many as possible.
The census is probably the largest event that will happen every decade in America, and that's a complete count of every individual that lives in America. And it's important because of funding, resources that we depend on from the federal government and transportation, block grant dollars, home dollars, Title I, education. It's important that we're counted because the allocation of those funds are based upon the complete count.
It first and foremost determines our representation in the United States Congress as well as in the state legislature. And then secondly, many federal aid programs are based on population numbers, and federal funds are distributed to provide essential services in our community based on the number of people counted. So it's very important that everyone in the community be counted.
And that's why so many attended the county's 2010 Census Complete Count kickoff meeting.
I'm extremely pleased. We had 100+ people who RSVP'd from every particular sector in our community. And I think we have a very good cross-section of our community.
Attendees listened to presentations from Alachua County Commissioner and Commission-designated 2010 Census Champion Rodney J. and from Census Bureau Representative Karen Kagalis before breaking up into subcommittee groups of local community leaders from all walks of life, all with the same goal in mind, reaching and counting residents of Alachua County.
It's important that we get together with business leaders, faith-based leaders, community leaders, educational leaders, government leaders to begin to start talking about the census. The goal now is to start doing the organizational phase of organizing our community by subgroups, and also to start talking about what are going to be some of the strategies for us to make sure that we start having the public to become aware that the census is coming.
We're going to take quite a few actions. There are approximately 8 different committees, and they are just raring and ready to go as far as communication, knocking on doors, person to person, hand to hand, face to face communication.
And the subcommittees are also planning on making use of digital and traditional media tools.
We feel like we're the big picture for getting the word out for the census this year, so our plan is to work with all of our groups collaboratively and act as a conduit for them to get media information out. The county has Facebook and Twitter pages, so we know we'll be utilizing those. We hope to use some YouTube. We're going to tag on all of our emails and existing media. We have an opportunity there. We have our Channel 12 and all of our online resources, so we know that that'll help us reach some of our hard-to-reach community.
Those who are hard to reach can also be hard to count, hence the Hard to Count Subcommittee.
The hard to count people are the people who don't conveniently fit into an organizational association, probably is a good definition of them. They're not associated with a community group. They don't belong to a neighborhood affiliation, or maybe not even a church. But in my particular case, in representing the rural concerned part of the county, that area sometimes does not participate in government the way the urban people do for lack of facilities that can get the information to them. So my challenge is in the rural area. I'm chair of the Rural Concerns Advisory Committee, which is an advisory committee to the County Commission. So we already have a network. We have an ability through a couple of different ways to reach at least some of the population. Some of the rest of the population, and one of the challenging parts of it in all probability is going to be the immigrant population that has come here to be part of our farm labor group, and to what extent in there are those people residents of our community and that sort of thing. That could be a very difficult place to find an accurate count.
We're going to work with other committees to make sure that people are not complacent, so to go into areas that have not turned in good census reports in the past to make sure that we can get everybody counted.
My goal as the Complete Count Committee Chair for Alachua County is to make sure that we do 75% or better with the actual response.
Based on past county census numbers, that is a tall order. In 2000, Alachua County had a 62% response rate. Still, to some, the bar hasn't been set high enough.
That's our main focus, is to get everyone counted. We want to have 100%. I know Commissioner Rodney Long is saying 75, but we're going to surprise him this time. Let's have the best census count ever.
For County Update, I'm Alan Yetter.